Everyone. First of all,
Sorry.
thank you for joining on the Sunday evening. I know everyone has their own plans, but thank you so much for joining for this session of detoxification. I'm Alka Deshpande. I'm the clinical herbalist and a certified nutritional therapist at Juno Wellness. And we have our very talented Samantha today, who is our registered dietitian with me here. We all together, we have a Juno team at My Doctor's Pharmacy, along with two of us. We have Christina Pastana and also Dr. Rick. He's one of our team members at Juno. And today we'll be talking more about the need of the detoxifications and what are the plans which we have currently at our wellness center and the pharmacy as well. So I'm going to start sharing the slides. If you have any questions, we can take the questions at the end. And then Samantha will also talk about what the plan is overall to get that detox started together as a community. And again, at Juno Wellness, we are doing these classes for free of cost. We have multiple things to offer now to the community. We have our studios where the cooking classes are offered, even the organic makeup classes are offered. Even multiple yoga classes are offered. So you are more than welcome to stop by at My Doctor's Pharmacy and see how the things work and how the Juno Wellness and also our pharmacy functions. So before further ado, let me start sharing. And as I said, that we'll start taking the questions at the end. And you are more than welcome to send us an email as well. Any one of us is here to help you out. We'll share all that information at the end. All right, let's see if I can start my slides. Can you all see it okay?
And sorry, just before we begin, can everyone hear Alka okay? Any issues?
Yes, I can hear it.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to leave my...
Yes, I can hear, and thank you.
Great. All right, so before further ado, let's start with today's presentation. As I said that again, whoever has joined just recently, a few minutes ago, before I introduce myself, just a quick introduction at end, that my name is Alka Deshpande. I'm a registered clinical herbalist and a certified nutritional therapist at Juno Wellness. And today we are going to go on to the journey of why the detox is necessary, what is actually the detoxification, and what are the things which we can do to enhance the detoxification overall, and why this season also has been chosen as a part of our detox program. And especially when you have somebody with you, this becomes more of an easy journey for all of us to do it together. So once again, welcome to our Juno Wellness. Juno Wellness is a part of My Doctor's Pharmacies, My Doctor's Pharmacy, basically. We used to be at on the Elden St next to Mom's Organic at 412. That was our suite number before. Now we have expanded further with everybody's efforts and the community getting together and all the community's love. We have moved to a bigger place, expanding more with the new ventures. We are at suite number 492. Is that right? Samantha? That's a new place, which is next to our LA Fitness. And the pictures you are seeing here, that's just to give you the idea of how our pharmacy looks like now. I don't have the pictures of apothecary. That is our compounding lab. We are compounding. So, but I didn't have enough space here to put those pictures. But overall, to give you this summary, what we do at our new place, we do have a retail pharmacy. We also have a compounding apothecary, where the specialized medications right from scratch, or we have a whole formulation team. I'm also the part of the compounding formulation or compounding team from the compounding apothecary side. We have a whole medical practice, also have a vaccination clinic, which is running throughout, even with the new vaccines, which are coming from even COVID to all the vaccination needs of our community. We have nutritional wellness center where you are actually getting this webinar delivered today from. This is a Juno Wellness. There is a tons of place actually for the community classes. Right now, we do have multiple people coming to our place and offering the classes. That includes actually the yoga classes. We have cooking classes going on. Also, we have multiple the workshops for the new organic makeup line, which we have now. Then there is also, as we said, there is a cooking class. So there is actually a kitchen, which is full-fledged kitchen on the other side. Somebody can actually cook a whole meal there. So it's a beautiful kitchen. We highly encourage you, whoever in this area, to come and stop by and visit our place. There's a lot to see over there. This is basically our team, Dr. Richard Hilburn, Samantha, which is over here today with me, Christina, she probably will join during this session, and myself. And for today's presentation, please make sure that this presentation is not any kind of a medical advice. Whatever you're going to see in this presentation is basically for understanding or for the educational purposes only. Whenever you choose to do any kind of detox program, or even when you're trying to change your diet or trying to change your regimens, and you're on the in any particular medical conditions, or if you're taking any particular prescription drugs also, please make sure that you are talking to your prescriber, or you're talking to your primary care physician, or the physicians you are under care right now. Now, what is the meaning, or why the need of this detoxification is necessary? Why this was not happening before? Why now? Why we have to go into those particular program for the detox? So honestly, when we were in past, when did not have much of an industrialization happened, or when the world was evolving, there are lots of good things which are come across our ways. But at the same time, when we are going into this process of modern world, we do have multiple things which are getting exposed to. There is air pollution everywhere. It's increasing each time. The county where I live in Northern Virginia, where of course every single county is expanding. There are lots of constructions going on. The trees are getting cut. The new trees are getting planted, but it takes time for those to grow and give us the pure air. Also, there's a lot of plastic use. There's a food packaging which we use. There are pesticides, herbicides used on our crops, and also the medications, the personal care products we use. And we cannot forget about the cell phone usage right now. We have so much of cell phones. It's like it's the integral part of our life. So we are getting exposed to this magnetic fields as well, which can be damaging to your bodies. Now, when this happens, or when we are in the fast pace, as I said, that these toxics are getting built up in our system, and it's sometimes because lack of the proper nutrition. Unfortunately, the nutrient values of our soil is depleting because of the changes, or because of the new modern ways of getting this industries getting built, or the plants not, or there are changes happening to our world, and because of that, we are not getting enough nutrition, which is needed for getting these toxins out of our system, because our bodies are designed automatically to do that. But when that is not happening, these toxins get burdened, or they get built inside our bodies. And there are some symptoms which you start seeing. There are some basic symptoms which you start experiencing, and it's hard for us to figure out why this has been happening. Out of the symptoms, there is headache, there is joint pains nonstop, where there is no reason for those. There is always a mood swing. There is gas, bloating, digestive system getting disturbed. There is always a brain fog. No matter what you do for your weight to be consistent, it doesn't happen, it doesn't change, and the weight loss is a hard way to go. Also, there is always a blood sugar regulations, and there's always congestions. Allergies are getting high into our regular season changes. So these are all the primary symptoms. You can say that is a possibility that your toxins are not getting out of your system the way they are supposed to be. Now, it's a very simple definition of what is detoxification. So for healthy individuals which are getting their proper nutrition, they're pretty healthy, they're exercising regularly. It's just the part to rebuild their system again, to make sure that you're boosting your system again, to just getting ready for the whole cycle of the year. And for the unhealthy individuals, it's to make sure that your toxins, which is built inside, you're flushing them out first so that you are building your bodies back again for the regular cycle. Now, as we see, the Mother Nature also has her own way of rejuvenation, and that her way of rejuvenation is the spring. So spring is normally said to be in Ayurvedic lifestyle, or where I grew up in. Also, traditional Chinese medicine, they say the same thing, that at least once a year, if you can rejuvenate your system, rejuvenate your body, that's the best thing. And that can happen, especially during the spring season, because the nature is also changing its gears and getting ready for the new upcoming changes in the atmosphere. Now, the body is been designed, our bodies are like supercomputers. They know exactly what to do and how to take care of it when the system is not working. So there are main 5 organs which are designed to detoxify on the regular basis. Out of them, there are colon, liver, kidneys, skin, and blood. We'll be talking 3 of them today: colon health, liver health, kidney health. Skin and blood will probably not have enough time. We can do that probably in other sessions. And further down, we are going to go deep dive into the liver. Because liver is the key organ when it comes to detoxification of these toxin exposures which we are facing in our everyday life. Now, when the colon is all the simple name for that is nothing but our regular gut. When we say gut feeling, or the gut is the main just the regular name for the colon. Now, unfortunately, in our day-to-day lifestyle, or even I would say, it's not just American lifestyle, it's been happening also in all other countries. Even India is changing a lot, as I said, when I grew up from, or where I came from. We left the country about 25 years ago, but now there is such a huge change in their lifestyles, in their diets. Everything is just, compacting. Everything is just so fast. People do not have much time to cook at home. So they reach out for the processed foods, whatever is been easy for them to get it. And over here, is basically the American lifestyle. As we can see, there's a lot of white flour which has been used. The bread is an essential part of our meals which we use, and that tons of different cheeses are used. Sugar is becoming the what you can say the most over the COVID, I would say the sugar pandemic is the highest. Then meat, the processed meat is another problem going on. And when that is all, when the water gets added to all these unhealthy things which we eat, and if it's not processed well, it just sits inside your colon. It just plugs the colon in, and then it plugs in such a way that all the nutrients which are supposed to be absorbed for our cellular functions, they just gets blocked. It's like a blockage for those nutrients to get absorbed properly to our system. Now, that is another reason why getting the laxative sold over the counter it's the highest in the United States, because people are just not getting ready to eliminate every single day or every day. When you ask somebody that how is your elimination, when do you empty your bowls? Sometimes you'll be surprised that sometimes when we do this intakes, they'll tell you maybe once in 2 days, maybe once in 3 days, and it's a normal thing for them. It's like, okay, this is my regular pattern. Honestly, in Ayurveda or even in TCM or even in any herbalism, we say that when you eat, so at least a couple of times in a day, your elimination shouldn't happen, because whatever you're eating, the things which are necessary for your body should get absorbed, and not necessary for your body they should be out of your system. But that's not what happens normally, because of the whatever we eat. As I said, everybody is so busy that whatever is it's at ease to grab on the shelves, or even from the grocery stores, that becomes more easy, or like just like a convenient food for us to eat. And that's why having constipation is a major issue, even in our practice, that's what we see. Now, for going further down, when these toxins are sitting there, not getting eliminated, there is a term called ama in Ayurveda, which is nothing but the toxins which are developed, or the toxins which are created inside our system, and they are not taking out. They are not out of our system. Now, they don't have any other way. So when the toxins are so high that they want to just make sure that they are getting they try to collect or try to make their own space in our bodies. The next thing they start doing is to just sit into the different muscles, different tissues, and especially in the joints, and they start creating your inflammatory responses. So joint pain is another reason. There are unnecessary chronic pains and body aches is another reason why you see this such kind of inflammatory responses, which are because of the toxin build-ups. Now, fasting is a very, very traditional way of getting this colon cleared up. If you're coming from different religious backgrounds, we fast for usually it comes under the religious labels, but there is a science behind it. There's always a reason why these fasting days are been recommended in our religions as well. And you go anywhere you're all over the world, there are certain days when it's always recommended to do the fastings, or like making sure that you are easing your digestion system that day so you can eliminate the things properly from your system. Now, if you just consider the fasting day one day in a week, every week for throughout your life, that can even become you're taking an extra step towards your health and vitality. And when I say fasting, that does not mean that you have to go on the water fast. If you're not, if you can, that's very great. It's really great. But if you think that your bodies are not capable of doing that, or you cannot handle such kind of fastings, making sure that you are at least eating certain type of food, or at least fasting in a certain interval of time to make sure that at least your digestive system is at ease and your toxins are taking out. And we'll be talking about that shortly, how we are going to do that. Now, there are certain rules when it comes to the fasting and detoxifications also. So when you are actually, I know it's a very, we are eager to, or rather we look forward to do such things when you listen about all these different protocols or different science behind it. But there are rules when it comes to fasting or when it comes to detox. Whenever you have a severe diabetes, with any kind of an active infections, you think you do have certain mental issues, and if there is a weak heart, there are certain types of cancers. You should always talk to your any kind of toxin protocol, any kind of detox protocols, or even for any kind of changes which you're doing to a diet, you must talk to your doctors first before you do this. Now, when it comes to the colon health, we say that toxins they need to be coming out of our system. It should be eliminated. So there is a particular way which, instead of reaching out for the over-the-counter laxative, this is just a very simple way to do it at home, which is also peristalsis supporting. Now, when you say peristalsis, it's nothing but the squeezing or the contractions which are happening in your intestinal muscles. It's a severe contractions, but it's just trying to push that material which is clogged inside your colon and taking it out from your system. The very quick one, just for the emergencies, because, and I said emergencies because it does cause a very high squeezing. Sometimes some people cannot tolerate that. So that's why it's better to take it for the emergency uses also, and you don't want it to be dependent on certain things. So senna with ginger is always recommended. If you don't want to get senna, even though if you start with the warming ginger, just by taking ginger tea in the morning or even in the afternoon, that's actually a good habit also too, because ginger is warming. It's one of the most recommended remedies all over the universe with all herbalists. So even though you start with your regularity with ginger, just taking a simple lemon ginger tea, warm tea in the afternoon or in the morning, that's a good start. You don't want to add senna, that's fine. When there is really an emergency and you want to eliminate that, you can try adding senna and see if it's working out for you. Then haritaki. Haritaki is one of the common herbs which has been given again in the Ayurvedic system. Now, what is haritaki? Haritaki is a type of a fruit. So it's a part of, you must have heard about triphala. Triphala is getting very popular nowadays also in United States, where lots of people are aware of it. Even though lots of nutraceuticals are adding triphala as a part of their actual products. So triphala, 3 is 3. It's nothing but 3 phala. Phala is fruits. So it's a combination of 3 fruits, which is amalaki, haritaki, and bibitaki. So that's three combinations. And out of that, haritaki has that special thing which helps us for the towards the laxative action because of the high anthraquinone in there. So that's another way of enhancing your or cleaning up your colon, especially before the fasting day. If you decide to fast one day in between the week, maybe Thursday or Wednesday, usually in my household, we fast on Thursdays. So Thursdays, if it's your fasting day, you can use triphala, the haritaki a night before, maybe Wednesday, try to add a small amount of haritaki and clear up your colon during the, for the next day. Now, there are multiple other herbs which can work towards this, and we all know about the fiber, but fiber is not the only thing which you should be adding into your diet. Yes, fiber is essential, but making sure that along with fiber, you also need some other, you need somebody, kind of an herb or kind of a support where it's like a broom and sweep action. The things are actually getting swept and then taking it out from your system as well. So there are lots of other herbs which are recommended, and some of you are quite probably are familiar with this. Rhubarb root, castor oil is a very traditional remedy, which comes also from Ayurvedic lifestyle. So you just take once a month, a heavy dose of castor oil, and then it helps to eliminate the boils next morning or to eliminate the toxins or the clear up the colon for the next morning. And that's also one of the treatments or the remedies which has been given in Panchakarma, which is the Ayurvedic system of cleansing your body. Then prunes, apples, they're very good. And apples have high pectin content also. So that's also helpful, getting your colon clears out. Slippery elm is great. I love slippery elm for the additional support for making sure that your intestines are cleared. Marshmallow root, excellent demulcents along with the slippery elm. So that also works really well to getting your colon cleared out. Now, as I said, fibers are also essential in the part. Psyllium and chia seeds, we all know about that. Their job is to just bulk the stool. They give that particular body to the stool. Then usually whenever you're taking fiber, it's extremely important that when you're along with the fiber, you must take enough amount of water. If you don't do that, that's going to create the problem ahead by especially with people who have gas and bloating issues that can increase. So along with fiber, you do need the other support and make sure you're taking enough water at the same time. Even creating simple remedy after finishing up your meal, just take some fennel seeds. Along with that, get some ajwain or bishop seeds, add some chia seeds, or also add some flax seeds together and use that as the part of your, maybe half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, just chew it after your meals are done. That also helps with just keeping your digestion properly. Now, there are some in the modern ways to make this easier. If not everybody has time to get those herbs and make some decoctions and make these things at home, there are some supplements which are available for the colon support. All these supplements, we do have it at our pharmacy as well. So if you have any questions, if you stop by, and if you have any questions regarding those, we are all here to help. So you can reach out to Samantha, Christina, or me. We'll be there to help you out if you have any interest in buying those. So there are multiple brands out of that. These are our most popular brands, you can say, or we love these brands because of the content in there. There's a GI Detox plus it's by Biocidin, then Fiber Plus, and then Fiber Mend, which comes as a combination of not just fiber but other ingredients as whatever are herbs which are listed there as well. Now, moving on to liver. As I said, we are going to talk a little bit more about the liver after we finish all three organs, but we'll be talking more about the liver because liver is the key ingredient or key part when it comes to the detox program. Now, there are two different types of livers. We must have heard people about that also. There's a healthy liver and there's a fatty liver. Now, most of all of us basically have some amount of fat already present in our liver because that's the job. That's most of the extra glucose sources, you can say, when we eat our food, those are stored in the form of triglycerides and fats also in the in liver, which is another, the glycogens, you can say, they are stored in the liver. So everybody has cholesterol. Cholesterol is produced, of course, that's a part of it. So everybody has a little amount of fat already in their liver. But what you see in the picture is the liver is coated with fats. And there are two different types of fatty livers. There is non-alcoholic fatty liver, and there is an alcoholic fatty liver. So alcoholic fatty liver, of course, it's the part of what your wrong lifestyle changes are, or lifestyle adoptions are, like having a lot of alcohol, smoking, that's a part. Non-alcoholic fatty liver is mainly because of the people who have chronic diseases, or even people who are diabetic. You will see people with the diabetes having a fatty liver issue more than the others. And that is, again, because of that excess amount of sugar which gets stored into the liver. Now, all these the toxins which we are exposed to, and as I said, our body is extremely smart. So what the body does is all these toxins which we get exposed to, they are more attracted towards the fat molecules. So these toxins actually get attached to the fat molecules because they love to be with the fats. And all these fats, their job is to make sure that those toxins are not getting directly into your organs or into your systems. And that's why when you have lots of fats going on, these toxins are going to get built inside your system. And that's why the job of the liver is to get that fats out of the toxins which are fat soluble out of your system. And then moving ahead, that converts into water soluble, and moving ahead goes to kidneys and your colon to eliminate from your body. All these liver toxins involves your different drugs, your solvents, food additives, whatever you ate, any kind of makeup you use, any toxic chemicals, including the plastic, because plastic is so much cheaper. So that's why people start using plastic as a part of their storage containers. And whenever you don't have enough time, we don't transfer that into our glass bowls, and that gets heated directly into the microwave. So that's another reason why we have so many different exposures going on. So now the main role of the liver in the detoxification is to make sure that it filters the blood out. And there are lots of enzymatic actions happening for those unwanted chemicals to be out of the system. Now, the two different things which happens in the liver, there are two phases of the liver detoxification, the phase 1 and the phase 2. Now, the phase 1, as you can see, all these fat-soluble toxins we saw about, those the ones which really like to be with the fats. They are like best friends of with the fats. That though there are, because of the with the help of certain enzymes, which is called cytochrome 450 enzymes, there is those particular enzymes actually turn this fat soluble vitamins. Their job is to get them further down to convert them into the water soluble waste. The action which happens from phase 1 to phase 2 in between is called as a intermediary metabolites, and those are actually more toxic than the phase 1. So it's very important for the liver to just take those metabolites out of your system quickly. And those are the ones which further get converted into water soluble waste and move forward towards the kidneys and towards your colon. Now, there are multiple vitamins and the nutrients which are needed, or overall nutrients which are needed for this liver to work hard to get those toxins out. And that's another reason why our bodies must contain, or our bodies should have enough nutritional support to get those detoxifications happening on a daily basis, to make sure that your liver is actually working good to take those toxins out of your systems. Now, the nutrients which are needed for the liver detox, vitamin Bs, I would say, is one of the most essential things which are needed for phase 1 and phase 2 both. But on the along with the B vitamins, there are multiple other amino acids and also multiple other, you would say, minerals are also the ones which are needed for those particular things. Now, as I said, to happen this detox, our bodies must have essential nutrients so that the bodies are working well. So before you start any kind of detox, it could be anything. It could be as easy as just doing a simple mono diet or even doing the fasting at home. Make sure that your bodies are prepared, or your bodies are they do have enough nutrients to enhance that detoxification. So it's extremely important to have certain type of food which should be added in your protocol to enhance that detoxifications. And the main three things which our body understands is for proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. And those are the ones, out of that, carbohydrates are the ones which are essential for our energy. So when there is a detox program designed, we make sure that there are certain types of foods which are added for any kind of a detoxification program. Now, there are certain food, even now, what we eat on our daily basis. If you try to add those food in your dietary protocols, even during the day, during your week's meal planning, that is another one step ahead for getting those toxins out of your system. Especially the phase 1 and phase 2, the brassica families are the best. You can say all types of broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbages, which are sulfury. They have sulfury compounds in there. It's highly detoxifying. When anything which is sulfury is very highly detoxifying. Then there are vitamin C rich foods, or B rich foods. There are multiple other fruits, you can say. They are the one which enhance this phase 1 and phase 2. So make sure that all you do add all different types of food groups in your diet, even regularly, not just for that detox program, even on the regular basis. Now, when it comes to the herbal support during the detoxification, or even going on the regular, like once a day or once in 2 days, if your dandelions are actually in really good season right now, and they are available in the whole food market, you can add dandelion, the tops of the dandelion and the roots of the dandelion. Roots of the dandelion are really bitter, so you may not be able to use those in your salads, but you can have tops of the dandelion, and the roots you can make decoctions out of. Bhumi amalaki comes from the Ayurvedic system, and that is very close to there is a difference between the amalaki and the Bhumi amalaki. Bhumi amalaki, there are fruits there which are where they resemble the amalakis, but they are small. And it's called Bhumi. Bhumi is the ground. So it's a very short shrub. So that's why it's called as Bhumi amalaki, but it has a very strong affinity for the liver. We do carry all these herbs at our pharmacy also. So if you're interested, you can come over and talk to us. There are so many other detoxifying herbs as well. There's baldo leaf, barberry root. Barberry root is another my favorite. Black radish. Radishes are the key. I mean, you can use any kind of radish for your liver cleansing at all. I mean, you can use white radish. You can use, that's daikon. You can use black radish, and also you can use the red radish. So any of those are fine. Just try to add those in your regular diet. Barberry root teas, any kind of hard roots, you have to make decoctions because it's hard to take the contents out. But the smaller parts like leaves are easy because you can make an easy tea out of those. Now, when it comes to the supplemental support, when it's not possible for everybody to go into the traditional ways, we do have, or there are companies that these are the professional brands which we are seeing on this slide. These brands are not available everywhere. And if you're buying anything out of the Amazon, I'm sorry to say, but there may not be the right sources because they normally do not allow these brands to sell it on Amazon. So there is no guarantee that it's a good potency or there are no duplications happening. So try whenever you buy or whenever you buy these brands, make sure that you are buying these brands from the appropriate suppliers, or buying these brands from the people who actually have the practitioners who have these credentials to sell this. So these are the ones which they have multiple vitamins and minerals added together along with the herbs which you talked about. These are different options, and depending upon whatever you need, we'll recommend what type of supplement will be useful for you. Now, moving on to the kidneys, we are going to go back to the liver in a few minutes, but let's quickly talk about the kidneys as well. Kidneys, after that phase 2 detoxification, when those toxins are water soluble now, they need to get out of our system by 2 ways. One is the kidneys and one is the colon. We already talked about the colon health, but now it's the time to talk about the kidney health. Now, kidneys' role basically to filtering out that excess waste, which has now converted into the water soluble, and balancing the electrolytes also, that's extremely important. And then also it's also the part of hormonal changes. So whenever there is a hormonal imbalances, the kidney also plays the role here. So there are multiple things which kidneys are the kidney health is essential. Now for that, to get those water-soluble toxins out of our system, amount or adequate amount of water or enough amount of water, whatever is needed for your body is important. Drinking of that water is important. That's another thing which we see that people are not aware or are rather when they have, and especially in the COVID time, when everybody was sitting at home and there was not much interactions outside, going outside or walking or getting yourself exhausted or getting into the system of or routine of exercising, people are not drinking enough water. And that was another reason why those toxins get built up at one point, because they are water soluble now, but you need a certain amount of carriers to make sure that it's the kidneys are eliminating that out, and that's the water which is needed. So there is, besides the food also contains some amount of water, what we get in our system, but along with that, the drinking water is equally important. So make sure that you are drinking enough water to flush out those toxins. Now, the other things is when you are on the certain protocols of the detox programs, there are certain herbs which are recommended. Out of that, this is one of the go-to or panacea in Ayurveda for the Punarnava. Punarnava, the meaning itself is Punarnava is the new. So it's the rejuvenation that this little herb actually rejuvenates our kidneys, and they're like extremely beneficial for the kidney health. Again, whenever you're using the herb, you must talk to or you should doctors, and also should, whenever you're talking to us, the complete history is important. But Punarnava is one of the excellent diuretics which are recommended in Ayurvedic system. Now, besides that, there are kidney, and there are multiple other herbs. I mean, we can talk about the tons of other herbs, but these are like main things which we normally see in the system. So supplements for the kidney support is UT Defense, that is also from Orthomolecular, and we are going to talk about some Orthomolecular product more in detail. There is a Wise Woman, this is the pure herbal formula, and the Kidney Correct is by Designs for Health. Now, when it comes to the detoxifying foods, what type of food groups or the foods you can add in your on your daily regimen or daily diet? First and most important thing, which has a very strong effect on your kidney detox, the liver detox, is it's called trio roots, which is nothing but carrots, radishes, and the beetroots. They are very, very, I would say, very beneficial when it comes to the liver health. Then broccoli, again, very sulfury, important for Brussels sprouts. They are cruciferous vegetables, sulfury content, very detoxifying. Bok choy or arugula, they are all come under the same group. Cabbage, we love. I mean, all of us, I know we use a lot of the salads which with the cabbage, like coleslaw is the cabbage is an essential part. And this can be used in the mono diet. Now, this is a new word, mono diet. We are going to talk about that in another 1 or 2 slides to see what exactly mono diet means. Garlic is one of the other importantly used, I would say, herb or spice or whatever you call it as in overall words cuisines. Garlic is essential part in Indian cuisine as well. I have seen Italian cuisine using a lot of garlic as well. But that it's not just the type of food which gives an extra support to our overall dish, but actually it has a medicinal values, tons of medicinal values. Also, one of them is the circulation. So it's a very highly circulatory property. We use garlic also for maintaining healthy cholesterol levels. There are multiple uses of garlic. So you can use garlic in your daily diet also. Cucumbers, see, they are also in seasons. They are excellent for kidneys and skin. Just having a cucumber juice along with a little bit of celery and the greens in the morning as a part of your in your smoothies, it's a good practice to have along with your breakfast, to have a small amount of smoothie with these greens, adding cucumbers or maybe alternating between the fruits and the vegetables. Watermelon is, again, it's coming in season now. It's actually, we are going in summer. So watermelon will be in season, and good amount of, good quality of watermelon will be in season soon. So they are excellent for the kidney health. And the watermelon is also considered to be the part of, when we write a program for the detox, herbal program I'm talking about, that is also the part of, it's also the part of that detox program. Bitter melon. Now the people over here, they are not very familiar with the bitter melon. Bitter melon comes from Chinese culture and also in the Indian culture. Chinese bitter melon looks a little different than the one which is showing in the picture. That's the Indian bitter melon. Chinese bitter melon has a little thinner skin or little less wrinkly skin in comparison to the Indian bitter melon, but they are so cooling for the bodies. And remember, liver is the hottest organ in your overall in your bodies. So to calm them down, to clean them, or to support them, the overheated liver, we have to make sure that you are adding the cooling foods. And one of them is the bitter melon. Now, name itself suggests the bitter melon will be bitter, so you will take some time to adopt the taste. There are multiple ways of cooking bitter melon to just to start getting that taste accommodated in your daily. If you have not eaten that before, there are, as I said, if you are interested in knowing the recipes more about that, reach us out. We'll share good recipes of bitter melon as well. How to cook just a simple way of bitter melon, and then incorporating that in your the daily dietary protocol. Now, as we were talking about the mono diets, what do you mean by mono diet? Mono is nothing but one. So when there is a detox program planned, or in Ayurvedic system, when there is a panchakarma done, there is specifically a type of food which is given to make sure that your digestive system has less stress on it. And one of them is the khichdi. So for mono diet, khichdi is one of the I would say a dish which has been offered in the mono diet to make sure that your digestive system is on the less the less distress is put on the digestive system. And khichdi is made with rice and lentils. And the yellow lentils are the mung lentils are the mung beans, or the mung bean lentils are the one which is used, and they are cooked in a particular way. So when you put those, when we add those particular therapeutic food in your dietary protocol, that is called as mono diet. You are actually, when you're doing 7 days, you're doing 8 days of the mono diet, or the detoxification, or the cleansing. That's a type of food which has been actually allowed, or rather recommended, to consume during those days. Now, when it comes to the detoxifying herbal formulas as such, whatever with the other formulations, one of my favorite, which I add into the detox program, is the avipattikar churna. Now, when you say avipattikar, vipatti is nothing but a disaster. Avipattikar means this is a formula which controls the disaster. It's a formulation with multiple different Ayurvedic herbs together, and we add this into our detoxifying herbal programs. The way you start that, even simply, when somebody has a really high hyperacidity issues, this formula works really well as to control the overall high acid content as well. So if you want to use that for that support for the GERD also, this can be another support for it. It gently cleanses. I mean, you can use that with the ghee, or you can use that starting with just the plain water, half a teaspoon, and then you increase half a teaspoon every single day. By as I said, there's a particular plan depending upon your body type. We will say how much is the actual dose should be added in your overall dietary plan. Now, just to summarize everything what we saw so far, before we jump into the actual new modern way, we'll have like 4 or 5 slides of that, to what we are offering right now and why that modern way is more important, or rather it's easier for us to take it. So there's the food to assist detoxification. Eat lots of yogurts, papayas, cruciferous vegetables, green vegetables, turmeric. Turmeric is, again, it's an essential thing in our Indian cooking. But besides that, if you start your day with just 4 ounces of warm water, along with that, add half a teaspoon of just the regular turmeric, and start up as your regular before your morning coffee. Take that as your startup drink. That's extremely detoxifying for overall for the whole day. So just start that as your startup drink, and then you start your day after that. A lot of different types of citruses, watermelon, as we talked about. So there are multiple fruits and vegetables which we add in that detoxification program. Now, when we are moving to the professional brands and detoxification kits, which are much easier for people to use now, because the things are already there. You don't have to grab all different supplements, all different herbs, because the kit itself comes together as a part of that program. Now, this is called the core support by orthomolecular, and this is what we are currently we all love this program, and I personally have tried this for my family. We all love this because of the way it actually incorporates the traditional ways of fasting into this program. So this program runs for 7 days. 7-day program has multiple different things, recipes, and we'll talk about that shortly. But the people are, whoever likes this program, they can continue going forward for 21 days, also for maybe a month, depending upon your capacities. The overall program is called as Core Restore, and this is the professional brand again, so you will not find it anywhere else. Orthomolecular is a professional brand, and they supply the supplements only to the practitioners who have that particular credentials. Now, this is a 7-day program, as I talked about. They provide multiple things already in the kit. Out of that main program goal is to first remove the toxins from your system, and then slowly start restoring your body back in the rhythm, or in the circadian rhythm. So in the removal part, there are in that particular program, out of those 7 days, day number 1 and day number 2 are essential, or I would say those are the most important, because that is the day when you are actually removing the toxins out of your system. And then slowly it starts rebuilding and restoring and revitalizing. So that is the main goal of this program. Now, what does this whole kit comes in? Because we need, whenever you're adding up, I talked about lots of different foods and lots of different herbs. So Orthomolecular has come up together to put all these things to make sure that it's easier for whoever is working, who are even the college students, or whoever does not have an access to the lots of different things at once, what to cook, what not to cook. So all these things, they have made it much easier for all of us. So basically, the core support comes with 3 different things. There is alpha-based capsule. There is also a full herbal-based capsules. And then the third one is the core support, which is nothing but mainly the 15 grams of proteins in one serving, along with some 5 grams of fiber, just to make sure that it's whenever you are fasting, especially on those 2 days, your body does have essential nutrients to support that detox. So, and then it regulates the phase 2 of the pathways, which is the whole combination together. The main thing which it does have is the NAC, which is the N-acetylcysteine, which is the precursor for the glutathione. And the glutathione is the main key for getting those free radicals, or it's to grab those free radicals out of our system. Now, alpha-based capsule, which I was talking about, that is nothing but the whole nutritional support, or I would say multivitamin, which has been added for phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification. They do have, as we saw in the previous pictures, they do have a very high doses of antioxidants like vitamin C, E, and zinc. So these are their job after the toxins are out. These toxins will be floating in your bodies. So you do need those scavengers to make sure that those toxins which are floating inside are grabbed and then taken out. So that's why this alpha-based capsules, which is a combination, like a multivitamin combination together, that's the main goal of this alpha-based capsules. Now, the PhytoCore, which I personally, again, I love this formulation because it's completely herbal. And what they have added in there are the lipotropics. And the lipotropics are ones which are their job is to pull those fats out of your liver, or they catalyze those fats out of your liver to make sure that they are going forward and taking it out of our system. They have cholagogues, which are bile movers. They have dandelion, yellow dog, all of the different types of herbs added. Silymarin, this is a compound which comes from the milk thistle, and that's why it gets it much easier for us to use it. They have a patient book is already provided, so they already will tell you how to use this particular program, how to detox with them. There are multiple recipes. There is a sample menu. As you can see, day 1, what you are supposed to do. So basically, day 1 and day 2, you will not be having any food. It's suggested fasting days. If you absolutely cannot fast, then you can add certain types of foods, but it's highly recommended to fast on day number 1 and day number 2. All you will be taking is that powder, which we saw in the morning and the evening, to give you the support that you do have enough energy going on. Now, there are people who actually experiences some symptom on day 1 and day 2, especially headaches and then body aches and all different types of other symptoms. So it is a good idea to start such kind of program during the weekends. So say Saturdays and Sundays, if you start, so even though you have symptoms, you will be fine on the Saturday, just to rest at home on Saturday and Sunday. And then on the third day, when the actual food is introduced back slowly in your protocols, then you are all set to go and start your week again. Then before you start the program, there is a fantastic detox questionnaire, which will tell you whether you really are loaded with any kind of toxins. We will highly recommend you to, as I said, if you're interested in these programs or any kind of detox programs, talk to us. We'll be able to provide you this detox questionnaires to see what your need is to do this detox. And then there are some prep checklist also that make sure that whatever foods you're using, the recommendation is to use the organic food as much as possible. Then fresh herbs, fresh spices, even with the meats, make sure that you're using chicken and grass-fed beef as much as possible. Fresh fruits. There is a list of the ingredients which are actually given in that patient program. There's a whole shopping list for all different recipes which are provided. And then it's a suggestion to shop beforehand, especially on day 1 and day 2, when you're resting, you're making sure that you are not doing any heavy activities, because especially if you're experiencing any symptoms, but after that, you're all set to go. You're all easy to even work out and do your regular things, go to work, focus on your things. It's absolutely fine. Some people may not even experience any symptoms at all, but some of them, there's a possibility that they may have symptoms on day 1 and day 2. This is a multiple recipe idea, which is, I love this recipe, by the way. We have actually had a session by Orthomolecular at our studio, and they actually made these recipes for people who were present for that session. And it tastes amazing. I mean, just with 4 or 5 ingredients, it tastes so good overall. Very easy to make even after your detox program is complete, as a part of your dinner or the part of your lunches. There are multiple recipes for the breakfast, side dishes, entrees. All these recipes are provided. They are, again, very easy to make, not just during the program, also after the program is finished. And this is the patient protocol I was saying. One day, first day number 1 and 2, those are the fasting days for morning and evening. You just take your core support powder, which has enough protein to go for, and enough fiber also to fill you up, so you will not be hungry. And it's always recommended to avoid dairy during that thing, because dairy does cause, especially people with the lactose intolerance will have an issue. So coconut milk, almond milk, rice milk, that is something which is provided. Day number 3 and 7, they are the ones where meals are allowed. So you just add certain types of your food items in your meal preparations. And then, as suggested, 2 alpha-base capsules and 2 phytocore capsules, which provide you the whole complete nutrition to enhance that liver detoxification for phase number 1 and 2. Now, the benefits, again, you can take the questionnaire after you finish up the program also and see the difference. You will see the things have changed already. And as I said, I'm not doing any like a promotion over here, but we have personally been tried these programs before, actually, for many years. I'm in the field of pharmacy for almost like 15, 16 years now. And we are been doing this for multiple times. So this is something which we have seen the benefits for. So if you're not ready to do the traditional detox, which is probably sometimes hard for people to follow, this is the thing for you to go for, to make sure that everything is ready for you. You just have to follow the instructions. And the last not but the least, to make sure that after you finish up the program, you have to keep the things going. So repair and rebuild after the detox is extremely important. It's like when you do your dental work. So when there's a root canal done, the doctors actually clean up the things, make sure that the part is taken out, or the infected tooth is taken out. But after that, it has been sealed. And then there are certain things which it's suggested to you to do. So proper diet and nutrition, and also the herbal support, is extremely important to keep your bodies going, to make sure that you are taking your multivitamin, good quality multivitamin regularly, and having enough nutrition in your daily lunch and dinner, or even with the daily meals as well. This is the one of the formulations which we have handcrafted and also have made at our pharmacies, or specifically the Juno formula. This is a three herb formulation. And after the detox is complete, or even for the regular detox, you just can use, it has made in the tea formulations. So it's a pure herbal tea. There is no caffeine included at all. So there is instruction given, maybe one spoon a day as a part of your daily tea regimen. You can take that as a support after the detox is complete. And this way it brings to the end of our presentation. I hope you have enjoyed and have questions about that. And as I said, we have given our website also, or my email. On the website, there's email of Christina, there's email of Samantha. You can reach any of one of us. And then Samantha, is over to you. You have something to talk about this detox program, which we are offering right now.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Great presentation, Alka. We'll go through some questions, but I'm just going to introduce the discount that we have exclusively for participants today. So like the Core Restore kit that Alka was talking about, how important it is for detoxification, we are offering a 20% discount on this kit only for the next 2 days. So here in a couple minutes, you'll get an email with all the information, all the links to click to buy the kit online, or you can purchase it in our store as well. But with this detox day discount, you'll get 20% off only for the next 2 days. So it'll start here Sunday night at 8 p.m. and it'll go till Tuesday at 8 p.m. Or end of day. So you have a couple of days to decide if you want to take the jump and do a detoxify for your body. And so you'll get the email here in a couple minutes, and then so be sure to look out for that. And we'll just go through some questions here for you, Alka. I'll just read them for you.
Sure.
So for the first question for the detox, when should you take the supplements, daytime or nighttime? And fasting 1 day a week is 24 hours or more.
Yeah. So for the supplements, if you're talking about the supplements which are in the detox program, there is a regimen which has already been, or there's a guideline which has been provided. There are certain supplements to be taken in the morning and in the evening. If you're talking about the supplements which are out of the detox program, which we talked about, then those supplements usually, especially the Avipattikar Churna or B complexes, which is highly important when it comes to the liver detox, which again, all of us use. All of us actually take B complex every single day. So that should be taken in the morning. And then the herbs, which I was talking about, should be taken around 4 or 5 o'clock to make sure that you're cleaning up yourself for the next morning. And then fasting apart, I will not recommend you just to go for the water fast to begin with. You can do the 16-hour fast or 14-hour fast or 18-hour fast if that's suitable for you. I would say start with 12 hours first, like eating something the previous night. If you finish your dinner at 6 o'clock in the morning, if you take your breakfast around 7 or 8 o'clock, that's about 12 to 13 days fasting. And that's what everybody, all of us do. If you start with that small steps, then slowly you can increase your fasting time from 14 to 16 to 18 and to 20. So that's a good way of taking, but I would say take one meal. That's a really good way of doing it.
Perfect. Next question, talking about gut health, is leaky gut part of poor gut health? Was the question.
Absolutely it is. And leaky gut, as I said, especially people with the chronic conditions, lots of chronic conditions. And leaky gut is, again, when you are not eating well, when there are particular inflammatory responses happening, there are the barriers which are supposed to be tight enough, especially in the small intestine. And they are not supposed, those foreign particles are not supposed to enter into the bloodstreams, but that's not what it happens in the leaky gut. In the leaky gut, that those spaces are so big that that unwanted invaders can easily go through and cause the inflammatory responses. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Next question, is it recommended no matter what to do a liver, colon, and kidney detox once per year?
I would say yes, because, and especially because, as I said, that our lifestyles are changing. We do not have the same type of lifestyle which we used to have before because of our the nutritional values changing, even the the qualities of soil, the food which we eat, they do not have much ample nutrition as we used to have before. So technically speaking, in Ayurvedic system, they recommend the detox at least twice. But if you start with once in a spring, that's the best way. And that's another reason why we are talking now in the spring season to start the detox.
Yeah. Perfect. And then next one, I didn't see these listed, but do probiotics assist with digestive health?
It does. The probiotics taking, honestly, if you take the probiotic once in 3 to 4 months, going into regimen of 2 weeks straight, but taking double dose, that's always helpful. And rotate the probiotics. Just not to stick to only one, have different types of probiotics, multiple strain probiotics together. So if you can do that every 3 to 4 months, just take it for 2 months, 2 weeks straight with 2 capsules at night rather than 1 capsule, like the double dose, and then stop and then rotate, start it again after 3 months.
Okay. A couple more. When can one start the detox? If one has acid reflux, how can he make the body ready for the program?
So with the acid reflux, you have to make sure that on the detox program, you should not have the complete meals off. It's not going to work for them, because especially with the reflux issue, if they do not eat in certain amount of time, they are going to have the reflux issues. So when you are going to start with the detox, mono diet works really well for them, because you are eating only one type of food, but yes, you are eating, you're not empty stomach. So instead of maybe having 2 meals a day, the people with the GI reflux issues, they might need 3, but they will have only one type of or specific type of food during those detox days.
Okay. Last question. What is the core support detox program for? Liver, kidneys, or colon?
Perfect. That's a great question. So the core support is specifically designed for the liver support. The reason behind that, as I said, the toxins, they have strong affinity towards the fats. So they actually are bound to those fats, or they just stick to those fats, and the fats and the liver goes together. That's one of the key organ in the body, which actually have, again, a lot of fat storage. So cleansing the liver is more important. And again, liver has multiple different functions also. So core support is specifically designed for liver, but it does have other, because once the liver is taking the fats out into the phase 2, you can eat certain type of foods which are designed in the programs to get out of our system also. So the kidneys and also the colons are also involved in the same program, but designed specially for liver.
Awesome. Last question. Do you offer other programs for colon or kidney detox?
Yes, we do. For the herbal programs, yes, we definitely have that. You can reach us out.
Yep. So we'll have, and in the email also, there will be all our contact information if you want to contact Alka directly or me directly, just to learn more, or schedule a consultation. We're always available. Just let us know how we can help. But as far as that goes, I think we're wrapping up here, unless there's any more questions. Let me see. Okay.